All right.
Guy,
Yes.
do you have your sunscreen ready?
Always.
Do you have a hat that's not quite as felty as this?
Yes. More than that, I have decided that I have earned a summer hat, a new summer hat.
Oh.
So there's going to be a new summer hat. I'm excited to go and pick one. So yes,
Where are you picking this hat at?
at the fort.
I don't know what the fort is. That sounds very foreboding.
No, it is not foreboding. It does a little bit.
It's like the fortress of
the-
masculine heterosexuality.
The fortress
fort.
of Western world.
Okay. That's very
all.
exciting.
Yes.
'Cause you know
It
what?
is very- what?
Summer is coming.
Summer is coming.
It's coming. It's almost here. So that means it's time for us to do what we're planning to do
In summer.
in summer.
All right.
Because, I mean, it's going to be a very short episode because I'm going to be like, I'm sitting on my laurels. I'm not doing anything but sitting on my laurels. First up, find out exactly what it means to sit on one's laurels, because this doesn't ever make sense to me.
Yeah. That is true.
It's a weird phrase. But aside from that, we do have plans.
Absolutely. There's lots of plans.
And none of them involve prescription plans. Why? Because we are not that kind of doctor. I'm Nick Huseby. I'm an associate professor of elementary literacy education K6 here at UNL.
And I'm Guy Trainin, a professor in the Innovative Learning Technologies program here at UNL.
Oh, look at us improvising. Haven't lost it. So, Guy, you wearing short sleeves today?
Yes, I am. It is going to be summer, and I am ready for that.
Okay, so talk to me about it. What are you most excited about this summer? What kinds of work are you looking forward to doing? What kind of books are you looking forward to reading? What kind of projects are you going to do that we should catch up on when we see each other again in August?
So I'm really excited. I have 2 conferences to go to in summer.
you do.
That has been the last few years. I have been going to summer conferences for the first time in my life.
Really?
Yeah,
I love a good summer conference.
I do too.
They may be the only
there's-
ones I go to anymore.
There's freedom there. It doesn't step on anything else you're doing. You can take a couple of extra days if you need them, all of these things. So I'm going to the ISTE conference in June and the Computer Science Teachers Association meeting in Cleveland, Ohio. I've never been to
Cleveland is
Cleveland, so
fun.
I'm looking forward to Cleveland.
Waterfront. I mean, Rust Belt, but waterfront. It's
Okay.
like it's
Okay.
it's a good city. I like it.
Okay, so that's something that is happening. I'm teaching at the beginning of summer. We have an early session that basically smacks dab into the into our spring. So you really finish spring and immediately go. I never teach in that one. The pre-session, I never teach. I need a little bit of a buffer.
Like that good 3-week.
Yes,
Buffer.
and I'm traveling with my kids. It's my granddaughter's first birthday, so we're celebrating it actually.
Muzzle.
Yeah, here and also in California. So we're going to be traveling, and then I teach for a couple of weeks. So I've got 2 classes that I'm teaching. It's workshops. It's exciting. It's connected to my grants. But I love teaching in the summer. In the beginning of the summer. So the rest of the summer, whatever it is much freer than having to attend to assignments and working with students. And I love students and I want everything good for them. I need the break, right? Do you need the break?
I mean, I'm feeling a little crispy. Not as crispy as I have in other spring semesters,
Okay.
but I do feel like I've taken on a lot of projects this spring and have been, and they're projects where I don't have, there's no like immediate deliverable. And so now I'm finally to the point with, as we're recording this, there's a couple of weeks left of the semester.
Yeah.
But
So-
it's right now where I'm able to be like, oh, here's what I have done. This is what I've been working on. And I have actual stuff to show people.
Yeah. And
Around what I've been
that
working
feels
on?
good.
It does. Because it's like, oh, no, I didn't just waste my entire semester. I've actually done things, and here's proof that I've done them. And I'm in kind of the opposite. situation in terms of teaching. I teach at the end of the summer. I teach that
Yeah.
last 5 weeks, which I both love and hate. I mean, teaching in the summer, there's pros, there's cons, whatever. But I do like it because it forces me to like, this is the amount of time I have
Yes.
before classes start, and I just gotta
Get it all done.
I gotta summer hard, right? Like, I gotta, the minute the semester ends, I gotta be like, summer! And then I am doing the things. I am tending the garden. I am repainting my basement. I am doing the things, because otherwise it's gonna be the last 5 weeks, and I'm gonna be like, oh, now I'm teaching.
Yes.
Great.
And then you
Delightful.
slide into the semester.
And then you
basically
slide
teaching
into the
to
semester. So,
Yeah.
so I mean, part of what I've been doing this spring is in a better way than I have ever before is getting ready for that slide.
Yeah.
So like pretty much everything for Lit Block is ready to go. My children's literature course is almost
Yeah.
ready to go.
Yeah.
So like I'm feeling more prepared for that than I have in the past, which is making me happy. It's making me happy.
So for me, summer has, beyond conferences and teaching at the beginning of the summer, for me, summer, at least this summer, there's a clear plan on finishing a number of projects. And so there are some grants that are due at the end of summer, towards the end of summer. So in August and September, those are probably going to be projects. And the lovely thing about these things is they have a very clear deadline.
Yeah.
So it either happens or doesn't happen, but there's no extension. You cannot push that by a month. And I've got a number of writing projects that are very close to the end that needs that last push. And so, and the goal is to finish a lot of them by the end of summer, because there's a very distinct possibility that some of these projects would not be completed if they're not completed by the end of summer. So,
Right.
because what I'm trying to do is to use the summer to put the cap on a number of projects and to be able to move on and focus on fewer projects. Because this year, especially because of AI, I've kind of spread rather broadly. ChatGPT gave me the
some might
feedback. Thinly also. but-
Bandwidth?
Yes. And so
You are the Wi-Fi at a conference hotel.
yes, I am. And
Not
I'm
always.
tired of being that. And I asked ChatGPT just the other day how I'm doing, and it gave me these glowing things. And then I said, now seriously, how am I doing? And it said, you may be doing a little too much, and focusing on a few things would be useful.
I appreciate how I call my ChatGPT Chatty.
Yeah.
That's just his name.
Yeah.
And yours is like, here are some glowing things about you. And mine's like, oh, Nick, you asshole. Here's what is happening.
And that is literally what it said.
literally what it is saying to me as I'm asking for feedback around, help me schedule my week. Oh, buddy. What are you asking for? How many hours do you need to sleep? What is going on? So
Yes.
I love how like when the Monday chatbot came
Yes.
out, everyone was like, it's so mean.
Not as mean as yours.
And I put them in conversation with each other, like my normal
Yeah.
and Monday was like, I'll be over here.
I find Monday, by the way, really useful and also not for me. I need a little more support. But also, I love Monday. I think everybody should use Monday if you're not used ChatGPT's Monday. Because I think about the time, if AI takes over, this is the version of AI that will take over. It's not the nice, oh, you're so wonderful. It'll be Monday taking over. Just saying.
I'm prepared. See, this is preparation. This is me ready for the AI Hunger Games.
Yes.
My Chatty has prepared me well.
Yes. And I had a number of conversations thinking about summer. If you're thinking about summer, one of the things you should do is don't go to professional development about AI.
No!
Don't. Just grab an AI and do stuff. Nobody knows. Everybody's making it up and they're presenting themselves as experts, yours truly included. I don't know about you, how you think about this, but here, right here, I don't know that I know much more than anybody else, and everything I've learned was from interacting. I've gone to so many sessions about AI. Rarely do I learn something that I couldn't figure out with 5 minutes of tinkering. So just go tinker. Read a few thinkers online. Those are useful. And then use the time to play with AI and learn what it can do well and where it sucks. Because Ethan Malik actually calls it the jagged edge of AI. It does some things great and some things that it sucks in. And you've got to find out where you are and what are the things that you need and want that it does well. Do those. What are the things that it does really badly? Don't do those.
Or conversely,
find ways to do
train
them well.
it to do those things well.
Yes.
And, move ourselves closer to, I don't know, the plot of the Terminator.
Yes.
It'll be
Which
fine.
is what we seem to be doing. And that's why Monday is important as an experiment to feel like, what is it when it doesn't try to stroke your ego, but actually gives you a little bit of an attitude and maybe a dose of reality.
I'm trying to think of what it says about me that's just
Where do you
my
at?
normal chatty.
It says much. But
I mean, it feels on
moving
brand.
on. So, what are you going to do with your free time?
Well, so here's what I'm going to do with my free time. I actually feel like I'm pulling a little bit of a U
Yeah.
this summer. I
Ooh.
have some grant-funded activities that I have to
attend to.
I have to attend to, but they're fun. They're exciting.
That's awesome.
And so I'll be project managing that throughout the entire summer and then throughout this fall semester. But the majority of the work's going to happen this summer. But that's going to be, a couple of hours a week, not more than 15, I'm imagining.
Yeah.
And then I have no international travel this summer, which is nice.
Yeah, I don't either. At least not planned right now. So I think staying put.
That's so
I am not a planner, but no, we are
really?
not traveling.
Tell me more.
No, but we did travel internationally during the academic year 3 times.
A lot.
So I'm perfectly fine not doing that. And we are going to Cleveland, and we are going to San Antonio, and we are going to California. So we are traveling about. So it'll be lots of fun.
Yeah, I'm traveling, but
not outside the country.
Not internationally. So I've got a trip to Michigan, see the fam.
Excellent.
Gonna head out to New York for a couple of days. Indianapolis,
Excellent.
St. Louis. It's gonna be good. But I'm doing something different this time where I've spread out the travel.
Mm-hmm.
Normally I do a big chunk, and I can't get my head wrapped around how to make that work this summer. As Chatty and I were talking about, this is what you're trying to get done this summer?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
And they weren't wrong.
Yes.
They weren't wrong. So, and part of that is because I do want to get outside of those grant things that I need to get done.
Mm-hmm.
There's other stuff that I need to work on. So things like my garden, for instance. I ran out of canned tomatoes by January.
Okay.
That is unacceptable.
Okay. So you're going to increase the number of tomato plants?
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
17 tomato plants currently growing on the table in my kitchen,
All right.
which after the frost date in 3 weeks are going in the ground.
All right.
So, but you have to actually be here to tend to that for
Yes.
the most part. So,
Yes. You can't just leave them for a month.
so gardening, I've got some. This is my 2025 is my year of finishing up knitting works in progress.
Mm.
So I've got all those bagged up and ready to go. Here's where you left off. Here's where you pick up. So I want to get some of those done. I got some books I want to read.
What is on your list?
Okay, so I have also decided that this is the summer of a Holy Grail read.
Ooh.
I have wanted to read The Power Broker by Robert Moses forever.
Okay.
Do you know about The Power Broker?
Not at all.
Okay, so it is this 1,000-page tome about Robert Moses, who was, he's considered the person responsible for why New York City is laid out the way it currently is.
Yeah.
and the ways that that city functions. And this is the summer.
Okay.
This is the summer. I'm excited to read it, but it's going to be a slog.
Oh, okay.
Because not only is it 1,000 pages, it's small print on 1,000 pages. So we're going to see.
That's
how-
like if it was on Audible, it would be 80 hours of
I can tell you
Oh,
because
okay.
I also bought the audio version,
Okay.
so that when I'm
to bridge
when I'm
traveling.
driving,
Yeah.
I can actually listen to it.
yeah.
But I believe it is 40 hours. I
Oh,
believe
40 hours is not that bad. I read the Churchill biography, and that was 55 hours. So, and I alternated between reading.
lies.
Okay.
Lies.
Because it didn't sound like it.
66 hours.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That sounds more probable. It's amazing how that technology helps us have a different meter about how long is something.
I mean,
But, anyway.
it's gonna take some time. So I'm excited about that. I've been collecting PD books,
Yeah.
science of reading stuff throughout the semester. So I'm looking forward to like diving into some of those.
My big goal is Nexus. Yuval Noah Harari, talking about the coming of AI and what we can do about it.
Okay.
I think he's one of the more important thinkers of our time. As he wrote *Sapiens*.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
yep.
so he's taking his more of a kind of grand view of history and now trying to project what are the parallels, the historical parallels to AI, and then what might be happening next, and how can we as a society prevent this from becoming, back to P-Doom, and that is, will AI take over? So he's actually trying to grapple with what are the moves that we can potentially make, and trying to give us some hope, because there have been a few books about the potential future for AI that have addressed it in a number of ways. What I love about what Yuval Noah Harari brings to the table is he brings all of that historical knowledge, and he's talked a lot. I mean, he's done a lot of talks, for example, about the parallel with the printing press. The printing press having brought a lot of education and a lot of positives in the long term, but in the short term, actually creating a lot of disruption. Whether we're talking about Reformation, you can think about it as positive or negative, but there were a lot of wars around that, and a lot of people have lost their lives, talking about witch hunts and demonizing some people, including my people, in a way that didn't exist before. So it is basically drawing the parallel without saying this is exactly the same, but basically saying there's going to be a period of disruption here. There's no way around it when there's a new information technology, all of this. So I'm really excited to spend enough time with it so it sits with me, and it's not one of those things that I read and just as quickly because everything else is rushing at me, I also forget.
Right.
So I'm eager for that one.
Have you read Scythe by Neil Shusterman?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to sell you on this book.
Okay.
I'm going to try. So it's a young adult novel that I feel would be right up your alley.
Okay.
Shusterman's phenomenally good at like taking these speculative fiction scenarios and like teasing them out to their nth degree. So in this book, the cloud has become so smart, like AI, it's now the thunderhead.
Okay.
And it's solved all of the problems. Life is idyllic. We've cured all the things are living forever, et cetera, but to maintain population, death isn't a thing anymore.
Yeah.
So you have to have these, they call them reapers.
Oh, okay.
Who, based on an algorithm,
decide when you're done.
You're done.
Okay.
And so the whole premise is around young people who are chosen to be reapers and what happens when just exploring that notion of even if AI, the thunderhead, right, is making solid, good decisions, where does human autonomy fit into that?
Yeah. Okay.
And when is it used for good? When is it used for bad? It's part of a trilogy. I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
Really enjoyed it. The other book that I am excited to read, is this the future? Is that the book? It's a book about quantum computing that I need to get my head wrapped around that. And I'm hoping that that's going to do it.
I don't know if anybody's got their head wrapped around.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even, like, even conceptually, I don't know that I understand. And so I'm hoping that that's a book that will sit me down and be like, okay, I'm going to explain this to you like you're 4. That's what I need. That's what I need.
And 4-year-olds are very famously understanding quantum mechanics.
I mean,
famously. I'm just saying.
Look, I just need an author to like sit down with me and talk it through. Okay, I've added Nexus to my plan.
Okay.
Because I'm like, what books am I reading?
Yes.
The Power Broker. And you're like getting all serious over here with like AI.
I don't know that I'm serious. I mean, I love history in a way that makes this a fun read, not necessarily. Although I don't know, it may get dark because it's AI and it's the future, and I'm not so sure I'm confident. I do love his style, having read his previous books. So I'm actually, yes. I have started and then I said, no, I need summer to help me process and not kind of glide over it. Because during the academic year, I kind of glide over serious topics, I think.
I look forward to your multimodal book report on this. As a measure of your
It's
comprehension.
multimodal mostly because I will have a lot of hand gestures.
I mean,
That's
you
where
and
it's
me
at.
both. This is all I do. It's great. It's delightful.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, so if we're thinking about talking to our future selves,
Yeah.
let's hold our future selves accountable.
Yes.
What are we hoping to get done, and what will we shame them for if they don't get done?
We will teach. That will get done because that is magical. There will be, at least in my future, 2 grant proposals that will be done because, again, there are no options. And I hope to close on 4 manuscripts that will be submitted.
I was waiting for you to say, I hope to close on 4 homes, and I was like, is this a side hustle?
I do not do side hustle. This hustle is, I've got nothing left after this hustle.
Wait, hold on.
Except being grandparent.
Dan, back me up here. The man who's like, I have no side hustles. How many podcasts does he have
Those
going
are not
on?
side hustles.
Those are
the
side hustles.
I have finally said, I just heard somebody say this. I think it was Kara Swisher in one of her recently. And she said, I'm a podcaster. And I'm like, and then my brain went, oh, I'm a podcaster. It took me a while to put that identity.
Yeah, okay.
400 YouTube videos later, I'm finally willing to admit I'm a podcaster.
But not willing to admit that podcasting is your side hustle.
It is not. It is my main hustle. That's what you do
So
not
then
understand.
professoring is your side hustle?
I've taught 100 classes, just over 100 classes, but 400 episodes on the podcast. So I don't know.
Let's talk about length and duration.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Anyway.
Either way, you have a side hustle. Point proven. Point proven.
It's all part of the main hustle. Anyway, I think about it as the same hustle.
Just with side quests.
It's all side quests. This is what ChatGPT told me. It's like your life is side quests.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How did that make you feel? Because that's a.
I'm perfectly fine with it.
Damn. Okay.
There's a lot of fun in the side quests. As long as it's not a grind, side quests are fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Nick. August Nick. Talking to you. You will read The Power Broker. Okay? You will read it. It might take you 3 months, but you will read it. You will also have all 48 videos in those first 2 modules for the OER grant project, done. Done. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be delightful. Also, lots of quarts of tomatoes. You need to take care of the garden. You need to make sure it's watered. Don't let the tomato plants die. We're not going to talk about the San Marzano incident of 2024. This is not the year, okay? Because you were very sad in January when you had to buy those tasteless things from the grocery store. Don't do it. Also, have fun teaching and thinking about how to leverage AI to help your students in children's literature, because that's a challenge. If you fail to accomplish these things, I will be so sad for us.
And then get over it and move on.
You can't say that. I'm trying to make sure that I get it done. That kind of takes the edge off.
But
you are
mental
not
health.
Sicilian,
No,
obviously.
I am not.
Because you have no idea how to
I'm
deliver a
side
threat.
quest central here.
Oh, see, I'm main quest.
Yeah, I know.
I am, where's the fresh cement being poured in this town? Don't mess up my threat.
Okay.
It's already
Okay.
messed
I'm
up.
sorry.
Oh. August, Nick. Guy is much more accepting of your failures than you are. Okay. So we have summer plans.
We do.
Summer plans. So summer's almost upon us. And it might be tempting to, not plan for it. And not planning for some bunch or some allotment of that time, that's when good ideas happen, right? But if you don't want to arrive in August thinking, what do you mean I only have 8 quarts of tomatoes? You got to actually do some planning. So get your plan in, build in that off time,
Yes.
but also build in time for yourself and your work and all of those things. And don't let Guy ruin your threats to yourself.
But if you need some understanding, yes, I do understand.
So do I.
You can't say it a
We
priori.
have very different chatties.
Yes, we do.
Very different. So this wraps up season 3.
Yeah.
Officially, longest relationship I've had.
It's a good side quest. That's all I'm saying.
It is a good side quest.
Yeah.
It is a good side quest. So, any words of wisdom as we leave people?
Enjoy the summer. Take time for yourself, but also, as you said, plan and then be good to yourself.
Yes. Both, remember, self-care is not self-indulgence. Self-care feels like it pushes you forward. Some days that looks like an off day,
Yeah.
but just an off day. So, if Netflix asks you, are you still watching? Say no and go do something else. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah.
Have a good summer, folks. We'll see you in the fall.
Oh, you're doing this? Okay. It's
You
summer.
gotta give him time. He needs time to input the intro. That's what we're doing right now.
All right.
We're being kind to Dan.
I don't know.
We're being kind to Dan.
All right.